Tradition begins with great champions. Tradition builds as legends grow. Like Saracen at Augusta, Nicklaus yesterday hit a shot heard round the world. Reminiscent of his 3 U.S. Open crowns, Hale Irwin responded to the challenge and took the lead. And Ray Floyd served notice he's ready to take the victory march here for the 2nd time in 3 years. 3 of the game's greats, head-to-head for the title and the trophy that bears only one name, the Tradition. ESPN golf team welcomes you to Scottsdale. It's called Desert Mountain, carved from the Sonoran Desert. The only private club in the world to boast 4 Jack Nicklaus signature courses. The Cochise Course, home venue for the Tradition, presented by Scott's. Framed by the McDowell Mountains, the Valley of the Sun, and a stunning backdrop here at the Sonoran Desert. Desert Mountain, a history-making event, a history of tight finishes. 6 of 7 championships decided on the 72nd hole. Great crowds have turned out for the final round. It's 81 degrees. Breeze is way down from Friday when it howled here in excess of 35 miles an hour, turning the golf balls into ping-pong balls. Clear and sunny skies. After yesterday's 3rd round, Hale Irwin nursing a 1-shot lead over 3-time Tradition winner Jack Nicklaus. Raymond Floyd loomed large. He was only 2 back, and Bob Murphy was in the hunt, trailing by 4. Jack started out the day at 9 under par. Gary Koch got off to a good start, a birdie putt at 2.
The par 3 hole, Nicklaus with the excellent iron approach and leaves himself 15 feet down the hill.
Quickly, Jack got it to 10 under and was tied with Hale Irwin, but then ahead to the 3rd hole. Irwin had a birdie putt to take the lead and go to 11 under.
And this the most difficult par 4 on the golf course. Irwin rolling it into the center of the cup.
11 under and back to 1 in front over Nicklaus. On the very next hole, Irwin to take a 2-shot lead.
Par 5 4th. Hale with this 8-footer. As we have seen so many times this week, another birdie.
Both birdied 6, Gary, so Hale went to 13 under, Jack to -11. Then at the 8th hole, Nicklaus had this to tie.
After 2 huge shots, Jack with this 30-foot eagle opportunity. Never quite has the speed, but leaves himself close enough for a certain birdie.
So Nicklaus drew to -12. Irwin, though, same hole.
Now this downhill 12-footer to match Nicklaus's birdie to keep his lead. Rolling and home.
Irwin to 14 under par. That's how they made the turn. At 10 just a second ago, Irwin to take a 3-stroke margin. This to put him at 15 under, 5 under on today's final round.
Big swing from left to right. Unbelievable.
So how things stand right now. Hale up by 3 over Jack. They're going eyeball to eyeball. Murphy's taken over the 3rd spot. Gary Player, great story, 5 under today after acupuncture about 38 hours ago. Guyberger's got it to 5 under. Walter Morgan at 4 under. And George Archer with a birdie barrage. He birdied 9, he birdied 10, and another at 14. John Bland, won in Puerto Rico in the Senior Tournament of Champions. And look at the disappearance of Raymond Floyd. Started the day only 2 back. Now he trails by 12. So as we welcome you to our final round live coverage, great shot making by the best shot makers.
This is the first sign of trouble he's had today. He had a beautiful iron shot right over the pin, left himself a very ticklish pitch. And now he's got a tough par putt back up this hill. Nicklaus has got just a kind of a gimme right inside of Hill's line.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, this is going to be a big swing right here.
This was yesterday.
Nicklaus's second shot here at the par 5 12th, an 8-iron, 159 yards.
Even more elusive than the hole-in-one, isn't it?
It is the albatross, the double eagle.
He's had 3 in his great career. One I recall at White Marsh, the old IVB Classic, right?
Yes, indeed. Andy North, the yardage.
153 yards, Gary. All the room was behind the pin. 8-iron again. It's got to get up. Got to get up. Oh, a yard more, but still.
Well, that's right where we just saw Bob Murphy putt it into the hole from, so we know it can be done from there.
They help it up. Just let the club do the work. I suspect it will left to the hole. It's come out hot.
As we said a few moments ago, Jim, a key to Jack Nicklaus catching Hale Irwin would be the par 5s. Right now, you'd have to say advantage Nicklaus.
This sand's a little easier to play out of than the waist area. This is actually a bunker.
Nice shot.
That's a pretty good play, but boy, he's got some work left on the 5 par he was thinking of making 4 on.
The par 5s.
He'll make you pay for those mistakes. And how many times has Jack pulled it from off the green this week?
Well, that, by our count, is at least the 5th time. I think that's his 4th chip in. And then, of course, the 8-iron he made at that hole yesterday. He just always seems to hang around, Jim, until there's an opening.
It's really important.
Two holes ago, Hale Irwin led by 3, but a bogey at 11, a bogey at 12, and Nicklaus with an eagle at 12. Your new leader, Jack Nicklaus.
John Raymond did. And even from this distance, he's got to play it inside the hole. If he gets on the left edge, it'll spin out.
Three bogeys in a row for Hale Irwin. Again, after the 10th hole, his lead was 3 over Jack. Now he trails Nicklaus by 2. In his final round, George Archer, he's 4 under in his final effort. Big surprise, though, is poor Raymond.
That ball. Just a nice little 9-iron for Jack. Wind from the left. This is the right distance.
It is the right distance. Great shot from Nicklaus.
The hole, I believe. Just hit a good solid putt.
I think the fat lady's about to sing.
Don Meredith is in Santa Fe, I believe, these days, but you know that song he used to sing on Monday Night Football when it was over. Nicklaus, 15 under par.
He made it. He made it.
back in the game. 13 under. Right now trailing by 2. Jack's putt just got a little longer. Still in it.
And that is exactly why Jack Nicklaus had to be thinking that Hale was going to make it. He didn't want any surprises.
Plus, Gary, this is a putt that Jack has. It's only 4.5 or 5 feet. But if anything, I think it might want to go just a little bit to the right. And we've seen in the past 4 or 5 years, if Jack raises his head up a little bit early coming through the stroke, he has a tendency to push it, which would help it break a little more.
Might be the putt of a champion right there. Mr. Nicklaus takes a 2-shot lead to the 72nd hole of the year's first major.
Past this little collection area. And he's done just that. He stayed to the left of it, utilizing the slope in the green. That's a very intelligent shot.
Hale's going to knock it in, huh?
So right now he's put it right back on Hale Irwin. He must hole it to have any chance of tie. Well, that's disappointing. That was not that good a shot. Carried it past the hole, which I'm sure he had not intended to do.
Today will be the 100th career victory for Jack Nicklaus. He was laughing about it this morning. He said, isn't it ironic? I've designed my 100th golf course, one in Santa Fe, before I've won my 100th tournament.
He certainly has been a busy man through the years. Amazing to me how he's been able to keep his focus on his golf with all the outside business interests that he's gotten himself involved in through the years.
There's Barbara.
And right behind Barbara is Sally Irwin.
They became grandparents, Barbara and Jack, this week on Wednesday. Again.
7th time, I believe, and the 8th is on the way later this year.
Yeah, daughter Nancy. Tell you, the way Jack has played so far in '96, winning in Tampa, winning here, he'll have everybody on that cabbage soup diet.
Well, I'll be interested to watch his play next week in Augusta because he has really found something with his driving. He's gotten his distance back, and that is the one thing that has been plaguing him the last few years. Irwin up first. I guess you still have to hope, although it probably is not worth it, but you still have to go through it, give it your best effort. Seems to move more to the right than most players have seen. It's another one that gets away to the right.
He led by 3 after his birdie at 10, but then he ran off 3 bogeys in a row, and in the process, Nicklaus with that eagle at 12.
About the first time we've seen a stumble by Mr. Irwin when he's been right there around the lead and playing on the senior tour. So I guess it just goes to show you that everybody's human.
Including Floyd. 4 over on the front side. But here he fights back with the grit that we've seen so many times in a birdie putt to have a solo third, like Trevino says about Ray Floyd. He's as tough as a 50-cent steak. So's that man.
gives Raymond Floyd third place, finishing at 7 under par. Mark of a champion. Played the last 7 holes and 4 under par.
Nice cushion for Jack.
Well, right about now, I'd say so. I guess he can literally 3-putt from here and still win, right? Make 6, finish 14 under. It's a great position to be in. But the champion that he is, don't be surprised to see him knock it in. Don't be surprised to see him knock it in.
Good play. Way to go. Thank you.
Jack, that's some golf, pal. 4 times here. That's a record nobody's ever had.
Well, Frank, I'm very proud of that. I think that what Jim Flick did with me this week changed an attitude and the golf game around, and I just couldn't be more pleased.
Major here and one more heading next week to Augusta.
Well, Augusta's another thing. You know, I'm going to enjoy this one for a couple of days, but I'm looking forward to Augusta very much, Frank. I think the game that I brought here can work there.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Frank.
He's given us some thrills in 90. He beat Gary Player by 4 in his debut. In 91, he came from 12 shots off the pace, his greatest comeback ever. Last year in a playoff, and he wins again, successfully defending the year's first senior major.
About the only tradition at the tradition is Jack Nicklaus winning 3 times already, half as many Masters. Saturday, a double eagle 2 and a par 5. At the Masters, they give you crystal for that. At the tradition, they don't have a tradition for that yet. A final threesome of Nicklaus, Hale Irwin, and Ray Floyd, which competitively quickly became a twosome between Jack and Hale. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Nicklaus for eagle on 12. This is the holy double eagle Saturday, and an eagle works this day. 14 under. Same hole for par. What the Hale? No, he bogeyed the hole in Nicklaus by 1. And Hale settles for par minus 12, trailing Jack by 2. Jack, second shot, par 4, 16. Radar. Right at the flag, Nicklaus was driving the ball about 330 yards every hole. Oy, and he birdied this one. Then Hale, a chance to birdie 16 as well. The magic wand, no magic. He settled for par and goes down 3 strokes, and you don't want to go down 3 strokes to the bear, do you? On the 18th, the birdie for Nicklaus and the win. And he wins by 3. First senior to win the same event 4 times. It's unprecedented. Yes, he did design the course. In fact, he designed all 4 courses at the facility. Hale Irwin's putter checked out midway through the final round. Ray Floyd's 2 bogeys and double bogey buried him early on. So here we go again. Masters week, and Jack is back. But first, a little chat with Jimmy Roberts.
2 points real quickly. Obviously, 12 was very big, but 17 seemed to be enormous, too. He birdies, and you're looking at a putt which really could be something of a tester and could have narrowed the margin to 1.
Well, it was about a 6-footer that I had to make, and I got it in. Yeah, it was a putt that I stuck on the right edge of the hole, and it didn't want to break. It just stayed right there.
Now, so you leave here and you head towards Augusta. Does this week's play change your mindset at all as you approach Augusta?
Well, I hope so, Jimmy. Going into this week, I didn't think I had much of a mindset, but now I really am looking forward to it. I've got my air bear drivers knocking the ball. I'm going to give my commercial here that, you know, I've hit it further than I've hit it in a long, long time, and you have to hit the ball long in Augusta. You just have to. And, you know, I'm driving well, and I'm putting the ball well, and you don't have to do that at Augusta.
All right, so Jack Nicklaus, victory number 100, finishes 65-65. On Tuesday, he leaves for Augusta. Jimmy Roberts in Scottsdale. Now let's head back to the studio.
And don't forget your air bears. Gary Player minus 3. Acupuncture helps out his bad back. He nearly dropped out due to the pain. The 4th round, 69. Tom Weisskopf, 75, 1 under. Arnie started this really well with a 68, however, ends up 6 over par.